what we started, which was working on the produce stand to kind of make it better. So I think I figured something out for the base to attach it to something. I was looking at maybe axle options or attaching it to an axle, an old trailer, or fabricating something. So today we're gonna be actually probably painting is what we're gonna do today. However, I did manage to get a old trailer from a neighbor that was just sitting in the weeds. So we got to get that all fixed up and get the produce stand fastened to that. So we're going to be having to fasten that and do a little bit of fabricating, obviously, to get it to stay there so it doesn't fall off. So we'll get the trailer hooked up, move it in the shop. We probably won't do anything with that today. So here's the trailer. It's literally just the frame. That tire actually still has air in it. This one is off the bead of the wheel. No clue if it would hold any air or not. It would be worth a shot. They are dry rotted. But the frame and the metal, believe it or not, is actually in really good shape. So big plus there. And I'm thinking we could just set the produce stand right on top, fasten it down somehow, and we'll be good to go. And the clearance on this is a lot better than what we had before. We only had about 6-8 inches before. We're gonna get close to 2 feet now. So happy about that. I'm happy I found this and found something so quick. And this is what it's all about, you know, trying to kind of fabricate things, make things work with what you have. And we're taking this, again, kind of abandoned trailer and turning it into something and making it useful again. So I love doing stuff like that. A lot of my hay equipment was abandoned, as a lot of you first-time original viewers know. And if you didn't see any of that, check that video out. The nice thing is with this trailer is it doesn't attach with a bolt. It attaches with a pin, which is perfect. It's exactly what we wanted. So we'll try and make room for this in the shop. Hopefully I can fit it next to the produce stand, and that way everything's in there and we can start working kind of back and forth between both. You can see it sits a little bit more level now that we're not on the barn lip or the barn concrete. So I have more options of towing it now. Let's get it in the shop. It is cold. We also have an ice skating rink out back here. We'll rip these off right away. That way we don't have to deal with it. Yeah, it'll fit in here. That's perfect. Perfect. This jack is really rusted. I mean, this thing was obviously abandoned in the weeds in the woods for who knows how many years. That spring does still move a little. Probably spray it. Go. that's a start. No way. I don't know if the internals are doing anything. And this isn't a huge deal, honestly, because where this is sitting now, I can put a block of wood under that. The main thing is that it turns and everything. That's the big thing. So since it does that, I can make this work to level it off wherever we decide to put it. So I don't think I'm gonna waste too much time on trying to get this thing to turn and operate, because it's not a huge deal. The main goal that I would like to accomplish today, I still have to figure out some things for inside the stand. I do have some stuff figured out, like this whole back wall here I do want to paint, and everything outside. And I figured out what we're doing as far as white. We're gonna just do the trim board at the top, board here across the center, and that's probably it for white. Everything else will be red. Throw in a little bit of accenting, that's pretty much all that's doing. And obviously everything on the outside. So this will all be red, the back will be red, and that's pretty much the extent of it for right now. Again, have to figure out some details on the inside, what I want to do, how far I want to take it. Obviously, to me, this looks kind of not really the best. It looks, you can tell water got in through there, so it just doesn't look the best to me. I feel like it should be painted. So we'll see, I have to figure that out. But the main thing for the starters is I could paint that back wall here and paint everything outside. Whether or not I have enough paint for that, I don't know. We'll find out. There's a decent amount in here, so we should be able to get at least something accomplished. This is the same red color that we did on the chicken house when I built that. So this will match the colors that are on the chicken house, even though it's not going to be sitting by it, but this is what I have left from that, so we're gonna make it work. Paint looks pretty good. We obviously have to stir it. I will say this is definitely a change of scenery having this in here instead of the 460 that was in here for like a year. Again, my own fault. Ooh, that's a little chunky. Coverage is pretty good with this stuff too. I know I really liked it when I used it on the chicken house. And I think it's really gonna make this stand pop too, actually. Rather than just being all plain bare wood, I'm gonna like this a lot more. I think it looks pretty good. I have to bring like maybe one of them little foam brushes, touch up down here along the bottom where I couldn't quite get with the roller. I'm not gonna worry about taping everything, not really on my priority list. There's obviously paint all along the bottom there from the roller touching. I really don't care about that. I'm probably not painting the top anyway, plus there's gonna be produce sitting here, you're not really gonna see it, and it adds to the rustic look, at least for the top. But I think what that's gonna end up doing is making our signs that we hang up there really pop, and our whiteboard that we put on that side really pop out, that you're gonna be able to see it a little bit better from the road because of this being kind of a darker color. So I like it. I think it looks good. I think the complete outside of it's gonna really transform and completely change once we get it all painted. I'm liking it so far. I love using a roller too, because quite honestly, I hate painting with a brush. This goes a lot quicker with a roller. See how quick we can get a coat on the back here. We don't really need these hooks here anymore since we upgraded the roof design. So these can come out. The back is done. It's definitely hard to get in some of the areas kind of like that, where it's really deep the way the wood is, or the plywood I should say. But for the most part, we got good coverage. Nothing saying I won't add a second coat. However, I am trying to use the paint that we have. I still do have a decent amount in the tray, and maybe a quarter can in here yet. So I don't know if that'll do everything I need. I really hate to buy a whole nother gallon of it, but could probably get something smaller if need be. Now I'm gonna move on to this end wall. And yeah, to do it right, probably should pull each board off of here, paint all sides, but quite honestly, I don't know that I wanna do that or go through with that hassle to, this just seems like a lot to kind of paint it, I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is literally just paint the face the whole way down, paint the bottom edge with the edge of the roller, easy enough, go down along each side. It's gonna be quick and easy. This is, you know, if I could do this over again, I would have had all these boards painted as I assembled this, but I didn't really think about it at the time, and I did want to have it more of a rustic look, kind of like it is, but it didn't look this bad. It definitely weathered and has gotten really dark, which is fine, but the weather sealant that I did spray on there, I really don't think it's there at all anymore. So little paint will make this thing looking tip-top. This is definitely a little more tedious because you can only use half of the roller, and that part right there ends up retaining paint because you can't really use it anywhere. So we're probably gonna only put paint on the bottom half. Need to use up that paint in the middle. I don't want to waste it. Some of these boards are really absorbing the paint, so we're gonna have to do definitely 2 coats for sure. And it's gonna look better 2 coats anyhow, so hopefully I have enough paint for that. But probably not. One side's done. You can really see, like this board here, some down through here, you can really see where some of them absorb that paint. Quite a bit. Second coat will take care of that. I already did the front edge and this board here. Now I just have to go back to the back here and do that edge of the plywood along with the edge of the boards. That'll take like 30 seconds. And then we'll go to the other side. Bad part about this side is there's really hardly any white coming over here. Whoops. that's where I'm gonna quit for the night. We definitely got a lot more accomplished, I guess, than I was anticipating with where things were, because obviously nothing was done to this other than everything removed and the old wheels and tires and all that mess. So I think it's gonna look a lot better. It's really gonna pop, especially out in the sunlight. So I'm probably gonna stop right there. I have to figure out what I'm doing inside and how far I'm gonna go. Obviously, I did mention that that doesn't look the best to me, and same thing with underneath, all plywood. So I have thought about taking plywood like I did up there and putting it on the inside here. To me, that is kind of a waste. It's kind of a waste of material because I'm not gonna be putting or hanging anything down there like we do up here. So there's a fine line here as to how far you go and where you draw the line as, I guess, how much you put into it, how much time, how much effort, and how much materials. And then if I do that, I'm probably gonna need more paint. So this paint I already had. I didn't have to buy anything. So far we haven't bought anything to upgrade this. So if I can keep it that way, we're much better off. So I gotta make some decisions with that. I don't know where that's gonna go yet. Again, if I have extra paint, then maybe we'll do some of the interiors, at least the sides here at minimum, probably not anything underneath. And this down here is just completely OSB. So I wouldn't even really try to paint that at all. I'm not too concerned with that. Plus I'm not painting this top. This is gonna stay how it is. So yeah, that might be, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We obviously have a lot more work to do yet. Probably a second coat over everything. I hope to have enough paint to do that because, like I said, some of these really absorbed the paint. So it definitely dried pretty quick. And then we have to jump on this trailer. I want to clean this all up, get these pieces of wood off. And I would like to paint this if possible. And the other thing we got to do is kind of mess around with the tires and see what I have to do there. If I have to get new tires and tubes, then so be it. And I got to figure out how I'm going to mount it on here as well. So definitely a lot to do yet. It's very cold outside. We're in the teens to the 20s. Next week, it's supposed to get into the 40s. So we're getting close to upper temperatures to where I'll be comfortable putting eggs outside to where they probably won't freeze and break. And then, so we're not really pressed for time right now, but we got to keep moving with this. So I need to get it out, and I think we're making good progress. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any ideas, suggestions, comments, let it in the comment section below. And I will be doing some more research and make some more decisions. Have a great day. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And stay tuned because we're going to be working on this produce stand some more. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.